Good evening, people. How are you doing? And welcome to Mufc Realist TV, the preview FC, or is it United Standish FC? I'm a little bit confused. How are you doing, Standish? Back to see you in the
Good
house.
evening.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, you're right. I feel like it's been a while.
Way
I feel like
back.
I've been away. I feel like I've been away for ages, mate. I just saying offline then off air, just saying that to make if I could do this all the time, I would. I absolutely love it. I love interacting with you guys in the chat room. I love the live shows. I love chatting football all the time. But life at the moment, I don't know what it is. It's just absolute manic busy, just non-stop. Schools have started back and internationals have been on and stuff like that. And I've hardly been on social media. My social media presence been probably the lowest it's been in a long time. So yeah, don't know, mate. But here tonight, let's talk football. Let a little bit off my chest, a few tears out my eyes. We all know what that's about, but it's coming. I've got to have to deal with it. I'm gonna have to face up to it.
It's coming. Listen, I can quote one song. It's REM. Oh, life is bigger. It's bigger, but you are not me. That's me in the corner.
Every waking hour.
That's it. Phil, listen. What's going on? I mean, baby Sancho was your boy. We done numerous podcasts back in the days. We talked about it. We had this special episode called "What Should We Do with the Bronco and Sancho." We went over the mental agility and all that stuff. We were all positive when we're saying, "Well, this is a make or break season for Sancho." And today, I mean, I got inside information that last Friday was a big bus stop at Carrington at the training ground between him and the manager. There was some verbal throw punches and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, the manager has to do what the manager has to do, be a disciplinarian, where do you see the light at the end of the tunnel from this one? Where do we go from here?
With Sancho or with the club?
Well, both.
So with Sancho, the only way you're going to see light at the end of the tunnel is if he accepts the punishment, whatever it might be, and for whatever reason. If I know you said you spoke to people who've got inside information, but I haven't. So from my all right, Angie, that's a little bit rude. Tell you what. Good evening. It's not been that long. Not been that long.
Woohoo! Big up, Angie. We haven't forgot about it. We will come to the VR room. So, but we just want to hear from you, Phil. It's been a hot minute since you were on. Yeah.
I think, I've backed Sancho all the time, not in terms of he's a good boy, he does nothing wrong, but backed him in terms of I want him to succeed. I want him to be successful. I wanted him to get over this, whatever it was last season, where he was given this sabbatical of 2-3 months, something like that. Come back stronger. And the sad thing is, we've seen glimpses of it now. The part I can't understand, right? And I'll probably never know because it'll probably never come out until he writes his autobiography when he's ready to retire. Yeah. His pre-season, he was one of the strongest players pre-season.
Mm-hmm.
Rashford came back with 2 games to go pre-season and was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't deserve to start first game of the season, in my opinion, based on his performance we'd seen pre-season.
Mm-hmm.
Sancho, for me, Martial out, no striker. Thinking Sancho is either going to start left wing, right wing, centre forward. Just be, there's various positions he could have played, could have started. And when he didn't, you just thought, what's going on? Now, to me, this lad, and I know people will say, other people have got lots of opinions, getting rid of him, if that's his attitude, he's had this attitude before. At the end of the day, this is a 24-year-old person, adult, I'll give it, it's an adult, absolutely an adult. I think we see this with some youngsters who've lived away from home as part of the development as they've grown up and stuff like that. And I'm not making excuses for him. The part I'm saying is I feel sorry for him. As he had I don't mean like Jesse Lingard with all the stuff went on behind the scenes and Dele Alli with all those, but we don't know. We do not know what's gone on. So I'm not going to be one who shoots anybody down saying good riddance or anything like that. Absolutely not. I think for Sancho, I'm just gutted it's not worked out for him, and I just hope that he can find his feet either in the reserves, because I think you need, you go back to several years ago, there was about 3 or 4 of our what are now or have been first team players who were playing in reserves at the time, either through reported disciplinary issues or through trying to get back fitness or trying to recover their abilities or be learn a lesson or a bit of everything. And sometimes it's to like knock somebody down a peg or two, go, look, if you want to be in the first team, earn your stripes. And if Sancho wants to save his career at United, he's not going to go anywhere till January. So if he wants to save his career at United, to me, he's got to go, okay, you're in the reserves. I'm not happy, but I will give my all. And we see him scoring goals, playing assists, being a good example to the kids around him. Because if what is said in the media is true about him turning up for training late and being half-hearted and stuff like that, he's got an opportunity to give an example to others and step up.
I hear what you're saying, but in a way, you've been having a 2.5 year season at Manchester United, and for me, Phil, it's all about you have ability, you have the capability.
Yeah.
We've seen that, right? But it all comes down to your own personal attitude. It comes down to your motivation, and also coming down to there is competition for places. You got to work hard to prove yourself. You cannot sulk like Martial, for instance, when we recruited in Cavani and Martial just dropped his head, and you're not picking on any given Sunday.
To be fair with Martial, sorry to interrupt, but that was about the shirt number, wasn't it? He had his with the Ronaldo situation. He had with same again. So with Martial, his obviously number is number 10, isn't it? No, not 10. What was his number? He had this new logo made. He had all his car fitted out in this new logo with his number on it and stuff. And he put a lot of effort into almost building his brand. And then in a moment, it was taken away because someone better had come along. And that was a wrong decision. And we saw the same with Ronaldo taking it off Cavani. And Cavani thought, yeah, you can have it, but actually I'm going because you're obviously not bothered about me. And now we've hearing rumours that it's happened again with Sancho.
No, I'm just taking examples by looking at Aaron Wan-Bissaka that came back and fought for his place and got his place back. And now Dalot is kind of struggling to take the place off him. And that's the thing. There's the carrot and the stick. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I look at it from a holistic perspective. Like, okay, I look at the ability. You got talent, boy, right? It's not easy. As you said, you got paid mega bucks, right, to play. You went to Dortmund and then you came back to Manchester, right? But you got to behave like a professional, to be honest, right? I can take an example. Take Jude Bellingham. Similar situation. Went young to Dortmund, went straight from Dortmund to Real Madrid, and now he's rated as one of the best midfielders over there.
Yes.
Ripping up the trees. And that's professionalism, right?
Yeah.
This is how you apply yourself. And it also comes down to who you surround yourself. Like Harry Maguire. Like, if the British media is saying, oh, you're so good, Gareth Southgate, don't listen to them, you're so good, then you think that you are good. You can do whatever you want. But it comes down to, have you deserved this? You can take a few days extra off. Like if you've been slaving at work, Phil, right? You work in sales, so you work on commission as well. So if you achieved your target, your boss will say, it's fine, you can have a little bit of a sleep in, Phil. That's all right. But you got to earn your stripes. And I haven't seen him ripping up the trees as of yet. We've seen glimpses. Yes, we have. Right. But if the manager's got issues, if you're not, what I've been hearing, they worked around to give him a special timetable, basically pull him aside. At work, you get a disciplinary, right? You get 10 weeks probation or performance improvement, whatever, which you sit down with your manager and you set certain, how you say, performance management indicators.
Yeah, that's it.
And we revise in 10 weeks and see how you perform. So, yeah, I mean, Ten Hag's been good-hearted enough. But let me just say one thing: it's not the club's duty to take care of the individual player by himself. It's the agent's duty to do so. Club manage the whole squad, but what Ten Hag has done is try to put his arm around the shoulder of each single player because he cares deep inside. At the end of the day, he's given him chances, but if you're taking the piss, you're the manager and you have to show discipline. Because if you let this one go, then everyone will think in the dressing room, aha, well, Sancho got away with it, then I also can do it. So this is for him setting an example. Right?
I agree completely. Absolutely. As I say, we don't know the full details of what's going on behind the scenes. There's the rumors.
Well, isn't it clear and obvious that you see now that he's going to train with the reserves? He's not going to be part of the team.
See, I want to see what happens over the next few weeks. Is he going to train with the reserves, or is he going to play with the reserves? Because that's two different things. Play with the reserves is a leaf. Say, what's the word? Palm leaf sort of thing. Just saying, there you go. Here's your chance. Not a palm. I can't think of the word of it. An opportunity to say, there you go. This is your last chance. Go and prove yourself. Go and show that you want to play for this club, that you want to play for the badge. Go and be proud. Go and turn up for training. If training starts at 9, be there for 8:30 or 8 o'clock, like Ronaldo used to do it the first time he came, when he was first on the training ground and last off. Be the difference. Make the difference.
Right.
And this is down to his agent to say to him, "This is your career here. You're 24 years old. Your best years are ahead of you, but they're not if you don't sort yourself out now."
Sure.
So he needs an agent and a good person around him to be able to give him the right advice. What we saw was this statement he put up. It was only brought down after the meeting on Friday, wasn't it? Was it Friday that the statement was brought down? Or
yeah, I mean, there's probably advice from his agent as well to say, big yourself up,
But why is the agent? I don't know who his agent is, but why is his agent not said beforehand? Look, that's not a smart move, leaving that up. Because it's not just about United. As many of the people in the VR room have said, has been said on social media, he's reported to have had similar issues before at Dortmund and possibly even at City beforehand. So
it comes down to image rights. It comes down to the personal brand as well. All right. Agents get paid by the transfer, but they manage the whole career of the player. They take care of the social media. They take care of all the bills, the counseling, advice, everything, the legal issues as well. So it's definitely down to the agent. And same thing, agent of Harry Maguire. If you surround yourself with yay sayers to say, forget about everything criticism. Like, I don't need to prove myself. You're getting paid $350 a week. That's you getting complacent, right? And you got to take improvement is to take self-criticism, like constructive criticism.
Yeah, constructive. Yeah.
How otherwise are you going to improve? To be honest, you're not going to be improved if you cannot take the criticism and dissect it and say, what do you mean? So if many people are saying that you're not as good, sorry, Captain Cayman. Oh, haven't seen Captain Cayman for a while. It feels like Sancho's been forced to take down his statement now, as a spoiled child refuses to apologize and build bridges. With Anthony out, Sancho should be grabbing his chance. Or Pelistri. Big up, Captain Cayman. I haven't seen you for a long time. But yeah, it's 100% also advised by his intermediates and agents, to be honest. All right. Big yourself up, keep it going, stand your grounds. But at the end of the day, is this going to convince the manager for you to play? Or what is the end game? Are you trying to say that, hey, it didn't work out at United, I'm forcing my move in January?
I mean, somebody just mentioned in the comments they reckon he's got 3 years left on his contract. I think they said 2 or 3 years left on his contract. I just saw it scroll past a minute ago. And that is an opportunity as a bargaining chip. Sorry, just spotted that then.
Yeah, big up Alien Tenno. Sorry. Dele Sancho is cooked. Weak mentality. Well, Peter, in a way, you can understand it. I took an example between two professional footballers. Like, I can take 3 examples of 3 footballers, right? One is Jude Bellingham. That's taking his career very seriously. Like, it's all about application, how you recover, how you eat, how you sleep, and how you perform in training and on the pitch, right? Football is a way of life. Even Sofyan Amrabat said that in an interview when they asked him, like, what do you do for leisure? And he said, well, honestly, I don't have time. Football is the way of life.
Yeah.
This is what Ten Hag taught me. For me, it's all about recover, sleep, eat well, and train and do my best. And how do you describe your performance, how playing style? And he said, well, I don't like to talk about myself. I show it on the pitch. And that is a professional footballer talking, right? But on the other hand, if you're young, you've been given like, a massive salary, you're a millionaire already, right? 350, you're playing for Manchester United. You didn't really kick off because that gives you like a lot of status, gives you a lot of brand deals, and, more interesting to do like, social media. You're still young. You still want to go out in clubs and hang around with your mates. But, there's numerous reports that he's oversleeping and stuff like that. So that's, to me, it's like such a sad thing, right? Because you're such you got the ability, you get the capability, but not the application.
I think at the end of the day, we saw, it reminds me a little bit of the story of Ravel Morrison. Potentially had all the abilities to be a world-class player, but was just a little bit too distracted by life. And maybe not everybody is cut out to be, everyone who's in the game isn't even, maybe the price tag did it. Maybe what we don't know is what happened in the Dortmund year where he was made to stay. When we fought for them all the whole transfer window the year before, and then we finally got him. We got him at a cut down price, but what had happened in that time in between, he'd lost, was that the impact that needed? But at the end of the day, I think I'll go back a little bit of a different approach to this. If Ten Hag would have been here before Sancho would never have arrived.
True that. He wouldn't.
Because Ten Hag delves into the player, as did Fergie, and not just whether they can kick a ball, whether they can defend a ball or strike a ball or defend or attack. They look into their background, their upbringing, what sort of character they are, what sort of a character they've been at the previous clubs, and how they're going to fit into the team. And that is massive. Yeah. And that is what Ten Hag is doing. He's looking into his players. And Sancho was the player that was on everyone's lips, the name on everyone's lips. And we fought for him and got him. It was kind of our last, I won't say panic buy because it wasn't a panic buy. It was our last.
We chased him.
Yeah.
And I am personally now very disappointed. I feel like we've been robbed in a way because we never got to see the Sancho that he was in Dortmund, right? That's the thing. He never really kicked on in the 2.5 season with United. Now, arguably, like, Ole didn't pick him. Now, Ragnick came. It was a little bit turbulent. But then Ten Hag came, who is a disciplinarian, who is a tactician, who is a mastermind track coach manager. Of course, yeah, he brought in his own winger, like, Anthony Dos Santos. We all know that, he favors him. But the reason why he plays Anthony Dos Santos, that is because Anthony Dos Santos tracks back. He works hard. But Sancho doesn't, right? So there is a little bit of a attitude and laziness. You can see that, like, But, however, in preseason, you saw glimpses of that explosiveness. That's fine. I get it, right? But at the end of the day, we have seen preseason Pirlos before, like, in terms of Andreas Pereira doing madness in preseason and stuff and just being gashed the rest of the season. So, it's just putting 6, 7 out of 10 performance week in, week out. And that's what matters at the end of the day, right?
I think that's a good example. When you look at Pereira, he was one of those players, again, I always liked, and had I been on social media at the time, I probably would have backed in his corner as well a little bit. I just like the sort of character who wants to be at the club and is prepared to go on loan and whatever else, and whatever's required. I don't know. I just sometimes like certain characters, and I quite like Pereira, and I feel a bit sorry for something. Maybe because I'm a football coach and I see some of the kids coming through, and I saw my own kid before he was given a chance, and he's not the best, my son, but he's been given a chance.
All right,
And
then.
so I just feel for those sort of characters. But at the end of the day, these are professionals, and that's different. It's different. You know, they're paid to do a job, and if they're not doing a job, as anybody in any career, you're given a chance, and as you say, performance improvements. And if you don't make it, then it's you know, unfortunately, it's not working out.
Let's just nip it in the bud. Let's finish off this conversation. Yeah, at the end of the day, Phil, like you have a squad of 27 players. Somebody's getting paid 350, somebody's getting paid 200 less, but has better output, like Garnacho, young Garnacho, to be honest, like Pelistri. They're hungry for the places, and of course, you're going to fight for that competition. You, as Jadon Sancho, have to prove why you should have that spot. Simple as that. At the end of the day, manager picks the team, and it's like this. Before we continue, guys,
I need you to promise me that you'll be on your best behavior.
I promised other people that I'd be on my worst behavior, and I gave my word, so.
Don't make me fire you.
You can't fire me. You're acting manager, not office manager, so you have no firing powers.
Don't make me pre-fire you.
You wouldn't dare.
Watch this. You're pre-fired. And when I'm promoted, you'll be full fired.
If you get promoted, and if you haven't fallen in love with me by then.
What?
it's very simple, Phil. We got to finish off this to say that either you fight for your rights, for your place, or you will be gone in January window. Simple as that, right?
Yeah.
I like nobody's.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, nobody's bigger than the club. Simple as that. Nobody is challenging the manager, because at the end of the day, you're the boss. If somebody comes up to you and you're the boss at your work and starts challenging you, started embarrassing you from the company, you know, what are you going to do? Are you going to bigging up, or you're going to say, listen, mate, get out?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's it. They've got. I mean, I think I used to hit on, a really good point. Is money in a teenager. The main problem in football is giving teenagers millions in wages. Football players lack education. This generates volcanic ego. A young players, no education, no maturity. And I think that's that's a first statement. If they've not had a good grounding and not already made the way, and they're still trying to, that those millions, and you have to wonder, these other clubs, Premier League or whatever, who aren't paying the same monstrous wages. And you see some of the players and you think, wow, he's fantastic. Look at his attitude. He's brilliant. Like Ferguson at Brighton and stuff like that. He's not on a mega wage, but he's being paid a footballer's wage. And others are like, Mitoma and all those at Brighton. And we obviously referring to the Brighton game coming up. You think of those sort of players and you think, well, are they better because they've not been given it all at once? And that's it, my career over. So there's nothing left to work for. You got to work your way up, and once you get to United, it's done, innit?
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna just finish off, because we got a shout out to VR and we totally neglected them. There's 68 of them in the chat room. We totally neglected them. But I just want to finish it off. I see similarities in Jadon Sancho with Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard walked that path the same way. Such an amazing ability in terms of footballer, but he was more interesting in his party life, his mates, his social life, his branding, and look how he turned out, right? The boy had talent, but the attitude was just a problem, right? Yeah. So we saw bits and pieces with with Lingard, and it's like, what are you doing, mate? You have the ability, you have the talent. When he went to West Ham, he got a little bit of a second wind. He was one of the best players at West Ham, and then it just died. Then he went back to his thinking. Whatever. I'm just getting paid. Anyway, big up VR Room. Sorry, welcome to the stream. We are so sorry we just got stuck into it, because Phil Standish is been the guardian of Sancho for quite a while. He's even having Sancho t-shirt, and he's a little bit upset today, I think, as well. But, it is what it is, and we have to talk about it. So anyway, VR Room, welcome to the stream. We are definitely going to talk football today. We are going to talk how we're going to beat the Zerbi, if you know what I mean. So big up Kenny Fan TV is in the house. Neil Driscoll is here. RJ is here as well for more. Who else is here? Milos Mitic, 𝒊𝒄𝒌 Milos Mitic. There is 𝒊𝒄𝒌. Good evening in Serbia. Big up Ellie and Tenno Peter as well with your super chat. Luan France all the way from Canada. How you doing? Sorry we are late for announcing you. We see you, we feel you. That's it. We're losing my religion. We sang that song before, didn't we?
We did. William Connolly, DJ Superfly Guy, Matati,
Carlos. Big up Carlos
TV.
Yeah, Mark is in the house all the way from Denmark as well. And Carlos is saying there's no way back from Sancho now, in his opinion, what Carlos is saying. Red J is also here, by the way. Sancho is wrecking his own career. I came in like a wrecking ball. Yeah. Angie is also here. Big up Mama Angie as well. Who else are we here? Help me, help me, help me, help me. Help me if you... Oh, S. Madison, the fact is half of these players are useless. Depends on. They're getting paid big bucks. And this is my point, man. Rush Mino is here. What did he say, Rushy? It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that the players Erik ten Hag is having problems with were not bought by him.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was feeling a bit
smash on target. You know, at the end of the day, if we look back at the squad, like it's been a mishmatch of a goodie bag of everything. Like going back from Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole Solskjaer. Did Rangnick sign anyone? No, he didn't. Huh?
No, he wasn't given the opportunity.
He wasn't given
like 6 months. Yeah. Like that.
So obviously, as soon as a new gaffer comes in, he just wants to get rid of the players that he didn't buy at the end of the day. It comes down to the playing style that each manager want to play for. So you have a mismatch of pragmatic football. How do I say it? Yeah, 2 times pragmatic, right? Van Gaal, you would say that he's pragmatic, right?
Bestie, good evening.
Bestie,
sorry.
Yeah. 2 pragmatic managers.
Yeah.
Right? So you build the squad around the pragmatic manager. Then you have a Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that was pretty much, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's freestyle. Let's play. Let's go out and have fun. Kumbaya, my lord.
Yeah, Ollie was there to reinvigorate the club because it had felt
the culture.
like football become boring. He went on his 10-run win, and after that, it fell down, unfortunately. I wanted it to work for Ollie because he was a legend, but it just didn't. He's not a legend, unfortunately.
Nico is in the house. Privyet, bratan. Good evening, everyone. Let's show the Zerbi masterclass from Ten Hag. Big up. We will definitely beat the Zerbi. I'm going to talk about that later as well. Ronak Josh is here as well. Will Sancho even turn up for the reserves? Don't even know you, Ronak. Big question. It's all going to play down like a Mexican showdown. Like Phil.
Yeah, sorry.
Draw. Sancho, I don't like the way you train. Draw. Irfan is here. Anthony must have 150 million lost, or a lot of money. There's a good comment. Actually, we have recuperated that money. It's something called amortization, Irfan, to be honest. So 2015, we got Anthony Martial. By that time, we already got our money's worth in terms of shirt selling and stuff like that. So amortization. Hey lads, Nicky Corrigan, how you doing, mate? How you doing, Nicky? Anyway, who else is in the house? Should we just get on with the show? Manensa.
I've had a scroll through. I've seen most. I think we've picked most people out now, sort of thing. I've tried to have a glance through some of the comments.
A little bit of a chill. Ayush is here.
Kenny Fan TV.
Kenny Fan TV, yes. I'm just catching up with you guys. Sorry, RJ is here as well. Alien Tenor with Red.
Yeah. I think we've probably got most people now.
Big up to
if we've not give you a shout out, throw your name in the bottom and just say hi, give us a little wave, and we'll try to catch you if not mentioned you already.
Yeah. Listen, we have a masterclass Zerbi. You know, last time we played him, we got cooked. Right. But then
last time we played him at Old Trafford was the last time we were beat at Old Trafford.
Was it? Right. Listen, it goes down to this, right? If we look at the overall head-to-head stats, Phil, right? 15 games played, right? 9 win totals for Manchester United, 5 wins against Brighton, right? 6 at home, 4 at home for Brighton, 3 away and 1 away. Okay, so stats are pretty good. Recent meetings, though, I don't know how accurate, but, you know, we played away at Brighton. That was the last time we played. That was 4th of May. We were knackered. We were running on fumes. We played 3 games a week. We got that 1-0 defeat. Remember that one, right? Then we played at Wembley Stadium, right? That was at the... we won in penalties there. It says, for some reason, it says 0-0, but we won in penalties, right?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. The Carabao Cup. Big up. Then we played 20... Oh, that was in August. Remember, beginning of the season.
We haven't had a draw, and there's always a goal scored.
Yeah, 𝒖𝒄 Stadium 4-0 belting
in the Premier League runabout.
Yeah, and 15th of February 2-0 Manchester United. The form guide is showing for loss, win, win, loss, loss, win, win, win. Right. So, for me, at the end of the day, Phil, we are playing at Theatre Dreams, right?
Yeah.
It's not the same team as what they had last season. They're missing, of course. They don't have, they still have Matoma. They have Dunk in the back. That's going to be an interesting matchup, Dunk versus Rasmus Højlund, 2 giants. Right?
I think they're going to be ready for it. I think they're going to be a little bit Stoke at first, a bit roughing us up a little bit, trying to knock Højlund off his pace. Right. But whether he can do it.
Yep. So if you go squad for squad, though, if you can see these guys, we have, of course, Onana, and they have which one is the first goalkeeper? Verbruggen, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, in terms of our defense, Victor Lindelof, he's been playing in the international for Sweden, of course. Harry Maguire, we saw the toe poking goal and him coming out and defending himself. And Harry Maguire is writing a letter to the social media saying, Harry's a good-hearted boy. He eats his cookies every day and finish off his meal. I thought that was a little bit too much.
To be honest, it's frustrating.
Yeah, to be honest. I don't think. I'm going to talk about it. I don't think you're going to start Harry Maguire after that calamity. I think he'd rather start Scott McTominay as a centre back, or maybe slot in an Aaron Wan-Bissaka there and play Reguilon on the left side, a wing back, and play a Dalot as a right back, and just let Wan-Bissaka then play centre back alongside with Lindelof. That is a lot of options, to be honest, right?
I don't think we'll see Wan-Bissaka playing centre back.
Yeah.
I think we've seen him move there in a couple of games, halfway through a game or something, and it's not been very successful at all.
Yeah.
So,
Lisandro Martinez is still a question mark. He broke his metatarsal, whatever it's called, metatarsal.
Metatarsal.
Yeah. So he's been like a precautional. I think he played at Bolivia, or did he play or did not play? There's still a question.
I believe he didn't play for Argentina while he was away.
No, yeah, 100%.
Don't quote me, but please check and let me know if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
As you always do.
Varane is injured. Luke Shaw is injured. Dalot is not injured. He's been firing on all cylinders. Wan-Bissaka is good. Johnny Evans is good. But if we look at their defenders, Lamptey is good. I always rate Tariq Lamptey.
Lamptey is fantastic. I had him in my fancy team at the beginning of the season, not knowing he was injured. Took him out of my fancy team, and then he came on and nearly scored. So I think that if he's ready, I think he'll start, and he is a danger down the right.
Yeah. Another thing where I can see in the chat as well, and I agree, who said 𝑉𝒂𝒏 says Casemiro can play centre back as well if Amrabat starts. 100%, he can, definitely. Yeah, good shout. Good shout. Big up VR room. Get involved. Get in there, sons. Let's look at their squad as well. Adam Webster, I rate him. Lewis Dunk is always donkey. Lewis Dunk is a big
Stupinian. What a player!
What a
player he is. He is fantastic.
And Veltman.
They've built a really good squad. If you go back to one of our first podcasts at the beginning of this season, we were talking about who's going to finish in the top 4, top 6, that sort of thing. And Brighton were in the conversations because at the end of the day, Zerbi is doing a fantastic job with them. Got them playing great football, believing in themselves. I know that Newcastle haven't had the best start to the season. Whether that's the changes and they're just getting used to it, I don't know. But Brighton turned Newcastle over in the last game.
Okay, so let's match it up then. So how do you think the Zerbi will start his back line? Do you think he will go with Tariq Lamptey? He will go with Webster, Stupinian, and Veltman?
Obviously, Dunk, Stupinian. It's all depend. I mean, obviously, he brought Lamptey on for about 10 minutes, I think it was, at the end of the other game, and he looked sharp. He looked ready. And I think he could be starting him. So you've got Lamptey, Stupinian, Dunk, and I'm not sure who else he'd start to. And it's possibly Veltman, as you say, but hasn't that Van Hecker been starting for them? I'm trying to think who was in the last lineup. Let me see if I can get it up 1 minute.
Yeah. Big up Alien Tenor with the super chat coming with the straight uppercut and saying, at least Brighton haven't got Trossard anymore. You mean Trossard? Yeah. Yeah, he went to Arsenal. Yeah. And they don't have McAllister. They don't have, what's his name that went? God, totally brain fart today. We went to Chelsea for 150 million. Help me.
Oh damn, man, you said it.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Caicedo.
Caicedo.
Yeah.
Moises Caicedo, yeah.
Completely
So big
left
up
me
Alien
blank.
Peter. Big up Peter as well. Big up. So okay. Who do you think? I mean, we look at our availability, and it's going to be a press conference tomorrow, manager's press conference with an update. But we're going to pick the team as well, VR room as well.
Yeah, he's starting Van Hecker in the last game. So he had 𝑴𝒊𝒄𝒌. So I think he'll start 𝑴𝒊𝒄𝒌, Dunk, Van Hecker, and Lamptey right back.
All right.
And I think that's a little bit concerning for the United.
That is. You reckon he's going to go for it at Old Trafford anyway?
Yeah, I don't think it's Zerbi style not to. And after the 3-1 win against Newcastle, you know, if you respect Newcastle too much, as we did last season, we got absolutely battered and felt like we never left our own box. And he went toe-to-toe with them and came out on top.
Yep. Okay. Their midfielders, of course, we have an ex-Scouser reject, James Milner. He's playing for Brighton.
He's a off-the-bench player, isn't he? Unless he uses him for experience. But, you know, when he's playing Pascal Gross at the back, who was scoring for fun last season. Billy Gilmore, who's a really good player when he's on his game. Solly March, who's been scoring this season. João Pedro. And obviously Ferguson up front, who got his hat-trick in his last game.
So which is the best midfield then?
He's going to go, well, certainly, he's played Lallana a little bit, but I think he'll probably pick March, Mitoma.
March is dangerous, according to RJ, what he's saying.
Yeah, he really is dangerous. He is. Pascal Gross and probably Billy Gilmore. I don't think he'll change much again from the Newcastle game, to be honest. And João Pedro.
All right. And some mystery here. Our Sofyan Amrabat is a shadow man in Premier League. There's no picture of him. He's just a shadow man. Boogeyman.
That's how he'll be playing. He'll be lurking in the shadows and he'll just pounce.
He will. The forward line, of course, it has to be Ferguson. He's been cooking lately.
Yeah, on the form he's in.
Is he available? I heard he was carrying a little bit of a knock.
He's not available.
I heard he was carrying a knock.
Has he got knocked in internationals?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's good. Maybe he's good. I'm not sure. Danny Welbeck. We know Welbeck. Yeah. So he's probably going to start with Welbeck and Ferguson.
I tell you what, even last season, and Ciso was an absolute fantastic player. He was like the breakthrough player, and everyone was like, "Wow, he's brilliant." I'm not seen anything of him this season yet. So I just think, you know, if Ferguson is out, then Ciso has certainly got a chance of starting there.
Yeah. Ahmed, I'll tell you what, you know, if there's one team in the Premier League that I like to watch, that's not Manchester United, it is Brighton. I put my hand. It's such a brilliant football to watch, this Zerbi ball, and the way he does it, it's just something called bait pressing, right? He's luring us in, like the bait pressing, like to lure us in, so we don't have to suck into that trap. I think Jarvis was explaining that in a perfect terms last time he was on as well, right? But we are a different team right now because we have now Onana, how we're playing from the back. So he's very press resistant. If Sofyan Amrabat starts as well, that's the transition from Sofyan Amrabat feeding the ball through either to Martinez to Sofyan Amrabat carrying the ball. Then you have a focal point in Rasmus Højlund. He starts to hold up the play as well. So we do. I believe that, I don't know, they're probably going to try to press as high at Old Trafford, but it's just the way how we will get out of the press as well and play our game, right? Play our game. All right then. Cool. Peeps. Let us go back to the VR room. What are you guys saying, peeps? Lilies United, 𝒂𝒄 𝒊𝒔𝒉. I agree, Mick. Me too. Brighton plays fantastic football. I really enjoyed the Zerbi ball, but he also has some frailties and weaknesses. It's not that he wins every game, right? So sometimes he gets found out. And you keep forgetting that Theatre of Dreams is a fortress. Like, we don't lose at Theatre of Dreams. And I just go back on, I don't know what you're thinking. With the crowd, with the announcement of Amrabat probably going to get that introduction, holding up the number 4 shirt, the crowd is going to get electric. So it's up to the crowd to get behind the team as well. Like Alien Tenen was saying the other day as well, like, you know, cheer them on. Ain't matter, like, you know, score prediction as long as we get that 3 points, because this game, Phil, is so important.
I'm just looking back, and the last time that Brighton failed to concede a goal, so there's a goal gone in nearly every single game, apart from Arsenal, where they beat them 3-0 last season on the 14th of May.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly 8 or 9 games in a row where they've conceded every time.
Well, they are an attacking team.
The attacking team. You know, it's not going to be a 1-0 or anything like that. So when it comes to score predictions in a short while, it's definitely not going to be a 1-0.
It's going to be a high scoring, because they
like Leeds, but with more composure.
Yeah. Simon Heron, I totally agree with you, and this is what I'm going to be most nervous of. Like, you know, under no shape or form do I like to slag any of Manchester United player that wears the shirt. But if you're not good enough, you're not good enough. And we all talked about Maguire before, so if he starts, he will be a massive calamity for the team. You reckon, Phil?
It is a concern. I think the reason it's such a concern is because he goes away on international duty and he starts to believe in himself again and has a great performance, but not his last kick, but one of the last thing that's come out of the internationals for Maguire is not the fact that they won the game against Scotland and it was a good performance. It was the fact that he conceded an own goal, and it was, yeah, anyone can do it. You know, central defender is the most likely to concede an own goal. But, and I'm not saying he deserves it, but he just can't catch a break. You know, okay. He goes away, chance to reset himself. I'm not saying he does or doesn't deserve it, not about that at all. I just am concerned because he feels a different kind of pressure when he steps out at Old Trafford or wearing that United shirt, because he knows that the fans aren't behind him. And I know his mom or his sister or whoever it was came out and put that statement out about the abuse he's took. And it must be awful because the family must be really going through something to go to that level to put out that sort of statement. And he's human at the end of the day. So,
but the abuse is based on his statements. You know, the abuse, what the fans are giving is basically criticism of the statements. Even, and this is what it comes down to, even the Southgate is backing him up, like, you know, what about, you know, you're good, Harry, you're good, keep going, right? And it's like, you stop believing in yourself, but you can't see your own faults. At the end of the day, you come up with statements, I don't need to prove myself, yada, yada, yada. And
he
even like,
you know, up, didn't he, last season?
But he had a chance. He had a chance. He had a chance. He had a chance to go play regular football at West Ham, to become the club captain. But what he did, chose money. You know, and of course you're going to get stick, because at the end of the day, if you're going to sit on the bench as a fifth wheel or fourth wheel, right, in a car, and come on and bank, you're going to play for Southgate because he's going to always pick you. If you're not playing football, you're going to have these mistakes, you know. So this is my criticism, that you choose money over to go and play football. Yeah. You're fighting for your contract. Of course, you're at the biggest club in the world. Yeah, you're getting paid good money, and you feel like going to West Ham is a D grade. At the end of the day, West Ham is playing good football, right?
West Ham,
so you got a question?
Yeah, West Ham playing good football. They had and I agree, I cannot disagree with anything you've said. At the end of the day, if again is all true in the press, he had the opportunity to go to West Ham, as it looked very clear to be. United were willing to accept the bid, so it wasn't about United this time. This is about the player saying, no, I'm not happy. I want to stay here. It's like, stay here for what reason?
All right.
You've lost a fan base. You've not got the manager backing you. Your captain couldn't get on the pitch. All these things going on, and he definitely should have moved on. And he is 100%. My big concern if we have to start him.
Jamie Wenny say, I see dead people. I see Maguire. I see horror. You know that movie, The Sixth Sense. I see dead people. I see dead people. Anyway, peeps, Manlu Tata is also a big up, everyone. We have 10 new memberships. Wow, did we miss something? Did Angie gift memberships? I'm so behind in this. Anyway, guys, thank you for gifting that membership, Angie. If you did, listen, big up. I am so behind in this chat. I miss my Jarvis. By the way, Jarvis is away on some stag party. He ended up in a surprise party. He's in Magaluf in Spain. But thank you, Angie.
Oh my God.
Big up Angie for being the legend of the VR room and for gifting 10 memberships, people. I cannot express the gratitude for the amazing community that we built over this year. And we are now 100 people in the chat room. So please don't forget to smash that like button, please. And that is the only algorithm that YouTube understands. You know, we do appreciate your donations and all that things, because everything that you're donating goes right back into this channel. And basically, so I can pay Phil more Snickers and, but of course, DHL Express is expensive.
I mean, Snickers was melted last time I got it.
Did you get it?
No.
You didn't? Oh my. That is not my son. Anyway, guys, I think it's time to do something different now. We spoke about it's important to get rid of the things that have been stressing us, the negative that's been hanging off the club. We have 41 likes according to Lily's United. Anyway, I think what we're going to do here, people, is that we, as per tradition, we're going to pick the starting 11 together. You know, what's the point of us sitting here picking it, but we can actually do it together? Should we do this, right?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get some positive vibes.
All right, then. Righty then. Let's go. First and foremost, welcome to the lineup builder. We are not sponsored by them, but we are here to have fun together. I want to sort of have engagement from you in the chat room as well. We're going to pick the squad. Nick Nash is saying something here. This might not sound crazy, but we have to play the fridge, play him as an attacking forward. Yeah. As an attacking forward, that works. The boy's got skills. At least he's a target man, to be honest, right? ITNT is here as well. Sorry, we are never fans back the manager, Mourinho, Ole Ragnick. Yeah, the thing is, you're addressing a good point there, ITN. For fans that's crying out like, Ole out and now Ten Hag out. You're missing the big elephant in the room. We had pedigree managers. We had serial winners that tried and didn't get backing from the Glazers. So the big elephant in the room is actually the Glazers. So tell me why the manager should be sacked in that case and the Glazers still be there. I think the biggest thing what we should focus on is not to even focus on the title charge. I think it's more likely to get the owners out so we can start fresh. Well, we are not there to challenge this season, according to my opinion. What do you reckon, Phil?
I don't like it when anyone says that we're not there to challenge, because at the end of the day, we're Man United and we have to believe that we can come back and we can challenge. So when anybody says we're not there to win it this season, we're not there we're not there to win it. We just need to. I've been on a few podcasts and some of you guys, not you personally, but somebody said in the cast about like, if we get fourth again, I'll be happy this year. I'm like, I wouldn't. I want to see progression. Yeah. We have strengthened again, whether people say we have or haven't. We've now got a striker who's yet to bed in. We know that, but we also know what he can do. We've got Amrabat supporting Casemiro, so all the weight's not on Casemiro's shoulders. But we have also got injuries again, so I think Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the
Captain
day.
Cayman. Yep. This is our lineup that we think that Erik ten Hag will line up 100%. It is. But we would like to be a fly in the wall in Erik ten Hag's office. Unfortunately, we are not. Anyone can, what do you call it? Those mosquito mics. Direct line connection. And Juddy Sport is saying, play the 4-2-3-1 formation. Yeah, let's start with the formation first and foremost. What formation do you think he will play?
I think we saw a lot of 4-2-3-1 last season, and it seemed to give us, we seem to do quite well with it. I don't want to mention McFred, but that sort of lineup formation. I think people are looking at this 4-2-3-1, thinking we're going to see Amrabat and Casemiro at the back.
It's a little bit of a diamond shape there,
which potentially, so it's flying around. I think if we're wanting to see Casemiro and Amrabat together, then thou shalt not pass, in my opinion.
They shall not pass.
If we have got a weakened defense because potentially Martinez and Varane is out, then he's more likely to start Amrabat and Casemiro to support to give that support to the defense.
I'm looking at what Jamie Wayne is saying. I love you, Baldy. So do I. And Paul Lucas, welcome to the stream as well. Survival charge. That's what it is. It is a must-win game, honest to God. Nick Nash always glazes out, Arnold out, Murta out, Bankers out. Green and gold until we announce and sold. Guys, let's do this. Let's get into it. Captain Cayman is also agreeing that 4-1-2-3 formation. We got the 4-1-2-3-1 formation set up. Are we ready to play the game? Well, some Milos Meter says 4-4-2, but that will never happen because he never plays 4-4-2, Milos. Let's go. All right. So, can everyone see this? Of course, this has to be Onana or David De Gea. Right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Or should we just call Phil Jones to play goalkeeper?
He's gone.
All right. Here's what gets very interesting, VR room. I have no idea with the back line. I'm totally confused. I want your help. Do you think he will start Regulon or do you think he will go with the Dalot?
What about if Varane and Martinez are out, Regulon left back, Dalot and Lindelof centre back.
Dalot is a centre back.
And Wan-Bissaka right back.
Oh, Captain Cayman is saying Dalot there. V Cobra saying Dalot. We have to go what the VR room. Dalot. I have 3 Dalots. Nick Nash is saying Dalot. Yeah.
Can I just remind the VAR room of who our centre back options are if you don't put Dalot in centre back? Maguire and Lindelof. Just saying.
Yep. Just saying, and then you can
just
have
Scott
McTominay can also play centre back.
He's playing centre forward. I'm not seen him for Scotland.
Oh, he can play everywhere. He's a versatile player. Dalot, as everyone is saying. Regular is saying Kenny Fan TV. Dalot, regular.
Can we start from the right?
Okay, easy. You're taking the easy option here.
I am because I'm doing it for a purpose.
Okay, go.
Wan-Bissaka.
Aaron.
Wan-Bissaka, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, that's easy.
Yeah, there you go.
Regulan. I mean, we cannot. It's like a Polish government here. We cannot come to consensus, people.
Okay, so who's centre back then? This is why I've done it this way.
Lindelof, 100%. That's an easy option, right?
Okay, go on then.
Lindelof plays here, right?
Yes.
He plays on the left.
It depends who you put on the other side. Because Lindelof's played right back as well. Right centre back. So if you put Lindelof at the right,
yeah.
You'll see where I'm going in a minute. Put Lindelof on the right. Of the two.
Here.
Yeah. And then I want the VAR room's opinion on who goes next to him. It's V Lindelof in it, I think. 𝑉𝒊𝒂𝒏𝒅. There we go.
Victor
There he is.
Lindelöf. All right.
Right,
Martinez,
yeah, yeah,
Martinez will play. Martinez
Will
will
he?
play. Yeah,
Do you think?
yeah, he will play. He's been rested for this game, 100%.
Oh, right. In that case, put Martinez in them.
Martinez.
I didn't know Martinez was available. That's why I've gone from the right first.
There's no injuries. Basically, precaution because he's been feeling his metastasis a little bit. That thing.
Okay.
Right? VR room, is Martinez injured? Is he injured? Or is he not injured? I heard something today. Not really sure what it is, but I think he will play.
Right. I'm just gonna have a quick look on injury room. 1 minute. I shall be back.
Casemiro can actually play centre back, and that's a good shout because if you start an Amrabat, Casemiro can play centre back. Has Alvaro Fernandez gone on loan? I believe he's gone on a loan. 100% he has gone on loan. I can see you, Nick Nash, what you're saying there. Do you reckon he will arrest Martinez for Bayern? Listen, guys, this is such an important game. He needs to win this one. I don't think he will.
Internally.
Martinez is doubtful, what Alien Tenor is saying, but we don't know yet at the end of the day. But I certainly believe he will pick Martinez anyway. And if it doesn't work out, he will substitute him in the second half.
Injury room. Why is it
He
not?
didn't. Simon Heron said he didn't make both Argentina squads, so he can't be fully fit.
That's
But
what I was
also-
wondering, Simon. Is he been rested or is he?
He's been rested. I think he's been rested because he's a club asset. So you don't want to sort of. The same thing happened to Amrabat. He's a club asset. So the national team say, okay, we're not going to take any risks. Ahmed saying he will start Amrabat. Please don't get me nightmares. I don't think so. Not McLindelof. Metatarso flare up. Yeah. Casemiro would work. Definitely what you're saying. Are we going to be that progressive to say, okay, put Casemiro there and put Amrabat? No. I think, let's go. I'm pulling the trigger here.
Well, Martinez. There he is.
Licha. Okay. This is the longest lineup I ever done. Who plays here?
Well, now you said Martinez available. I'm going to go with Dallo because he played fantastically against Arsenal.
Dallo. Why jinx it? All right, people, we override. If you want to override it, just super chat over us. But anyway, okay, now we're coming to the midfield peeps. Onana will play the center defender midfielder 100%. He will play high up the pitch. Who do you reckon will start here? Will it be an Amrabat? I believe Amrabat will start. He's been training.
Amrabat and Casemiro.
Yeah. Who plays where? Casemiro usually on the left sided, right? Or right?
Casemiro is more the right. Yeah, I agree with Amrabat left, Casemiro right.
Okay, Cass. Guys, everyone wants Amrabat to play. Yeah, double pivot. Amrabat. By the way, Casemiro. We all agree on that? And obviously the captain Bruno is in form, right?
Absolutely is.
What a performance he did with Portugal, honest to God.
Actually, just a little bit of a curveball before we, just nail Casemiro in. Eriksen.
Nope. Eriksen will come off the bench.
He was playing really well for internationals. 3 or 4 assists over the 2 games.
Peter is saying, Mick, I'm telling you. Peter is saying, I'm telling you now, you should play 3-5-2 in this game. Yeah. Flood that midfield. I agree with you. I don't know. What should we do here? Eriksen will start, says Mark. Of course, you're Danish. Of course, Mark. Eriksen will start. Not Amrabat. You don't think Amrabat will start?
I just wonder if Amrabat...
We will get overrun if Eriksen start there. We need Amrabat.
With Martinez and Dallo?
Yeah, we will. 100%.
Yeah, because down the right, if you've got Lamptey Ferguson.
This is the hardest lineup I've done in a long time, to be honest, with you guys. No, I see Amrabat giving a start. He's going to have his introduction. The crowd's going to be up for it, together with the Casemiro, with Bruno Fernandes has been doing madness with Portugal. It just comes down to who you're going to play here. Rashford. Will it be Rashford? What?
You're on the left wing or the right?
Left wing, Rashford.
Garnacho.
You pick Garnacho.
Yeah.
And right wing, Rashford.
Correct.
Ah, you're thinking like I do, grasshopper. Okay, Garnacho. People, are you agreeing with Garnacho? Some Nacho. All right. Here you will have Højlund. Rasmus. Where are you, Højlund?
There you go.
Now, would you pick Rashford on the right?
Yeah. If
Sancho's
gone, Anthony's not there. He's got to pick his strongest.
And Pellistri off the bench.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably what he'll do depends how the game's going.
Lucas is saying, well, Rashford is not so good on the right.
But he played there for England and played great the other day.
Yeah, he can play on the right there.
I agree. I'd rather have him on the left, but he's stronger on the right than Garnacho is. And I don't think he'll start Pellistri over Garnacho. Therefore, I think he'll start Garnacho.
Box is saying Pellistri.
Over Rashford. Or Rashford on the left and Pellistri on the right. Because for whatever reason, again, we've seen Pellistri have a good pre-season. And I hardly seen him have a minute. And every time he comes on, he battles and the fans are behind him and he's fantastic. But
okay, we're going to look at substitution. If we're going to line up there, you got to look at the second half substitution, right? So
I think he's going to make a difference.
Yeah. So if you... where do I see this going? It doesn't work out. It doesn't add up. Rashford natural position is on the left. Garnacho natural position is on the left. Garnacho offers more in attacking threat, Rashford has not been in form, but Rashford offers pace. 100% on the right, I would say. But how do we see the second half then? Where do Pellistri comes in and who does
Pellistri will go right wing and Garnacho would be substituted and Rashford will go on the left.
Perhaps. Yeah, Juddy Sport. I agree. No, seriously, I agree with what Juddy Sport is saying. Garnacho is better at the sub to run at them with pace in the second half.
But we're talking about what we think ʻAi𝒄 𝒌 𝒂𝒏𝒅, not what we would choose for our reasons. And I don't think he'll start Pellistri.
I don't think just
because we've not seen him given any time. When Sancho was there, when Garnacho was there, Pellistri's hardly been given a minute, and we don't know why. Again,
he hasn't started. No, he hasn't started. He's just come off the bench.
Pellistri's had like 10 minutes here and there, hasn't
he? Yeah.
So that's why I think we're talking about what Ten Hag's going to pick. I don't think he'll start Pellistri.
I don't think he'll start Pellistri. He hasn't given Pellistri a start yet, and this is such a big game as well. So I'm thinking from a strategical point of view, I think he will probably go this way. And the link-up play with Bruno, Fernandes, Rashford, Højlund, Garnacho running on the wing as well. This is a good threat. But
do you want me to give you a curveball suggestion? Rashford left. Don't shoot me for this. Fernandes right. And Eriksen through the middle.
No.
I said it was a curveball suggestion.
Yeah, somebody saying right wing. No. Bruno's been playing number 10, hasn't he, with Portugal, right?
He was playing on the right.
Was he?
Yeah.
I can't do this. I can't.
Bruno right, Rashford left, and Eriksen through the middle. Just saying.
I give up. Guys, I can't do this. It is so difficult. This is the most difficult lineup I have ever faced, to be honest.
Because I agree with what whoever was saying it said about Garnacho as player as an impact substitution. He's raring to go. He's there to prove himself. He's got fresh pace. He runs at them. The defenders are a bit tired. Lamptey's probably be off by then because it'll be his first game back.
Now,
probably gets.
listen, I gotta take Garnacho off.
Right, Rashford left then. That means you're putting Bruno right.
Am I? I see the super sub coming in the second half, running at them.
So
I don't.
Fernandez has got to go over there.
You think so?
Put you're going to put Eriksen in the middle. It's actually quite an exciting lineup when you think of what we can produce from that.
Yeah, actually, it's quite good. People, do we agree with this potential lineup?
It's exciting. It's exciting. There's goals. There's strength in defense. You've got Amrabat. You've got Casemiro. Do you know what? Looking at that, I'm salivating.
Yeah. Are you getting? That's what she said. Anyway,
the water,
the water's broke. Honest to God, guys, we have to come to consensus. Should we club on this one? At the end of the day, we're not picking the team. I mean, we never get this right, but it's a wild.
If we get this right, this would be a miracle because there's some curveballs in here.
Yeah, it's Eriksen as 10 works. Bruno, yeah. I mean, especially if he has an Amrabat and Casemiro.
I'd love to. Do you know what? If Bruno has the game that he had for Portugal, like he did coming from the right side, and Eriksen can play his through balls through the middle, I'd be excited by that. I'm not going to lie.
Marlin Patel, Eriksen pivot, and Bruno number 10. Oh, Sanchez number 9. Sancho is out, mate. Box. Haven't you read the news?
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Should we just call it going once, going twice, going 3 times, and club it? Or sold? Are we agreeing with these people? I'm going to clip it and save it because at the end of the day, on match day, we're going to see if we got this right or not. You know? Right? No, people not agreeing. Hello. Okay, no. Guys, if we're going to sit here and say no, yes, no, we're never going to finish the show. 100% looks like a nice lineup. 80% yes. Listen, it is what it is. You know what? Let us know what you think at the end of the day. Bye. Okay. I don't know what to say.
We should do it like a game of Mastermind. You know, where you got to the code breaker, you got to work out the code, what's hidden behind the panel, and you get a white peg if you get the right one in the wrong place, and a black one if you get the right one in the right place. So see how many black and white pegs we get.
You can hold us accountable, guys. You can hold us accountable if we get this wrong. But at the end of the day, we pick this together. So we absolutely pick this together. But we have to sort of come to a conclusion that Højlund will start the key pivot. Højlund from Onana to Højlund. Eriksen as a ball carrier, that's fine. Amrabat there. Yeah, good midfield.
Very good. You can't deny that this is an exciting lineup.
Yeah, Martial off the bench. Apparently, he's been coming in 4 hours before training, like, you know, early. Right? Getting into training early.
Martial.
Anyway, yeah, that's what I heard today as well. Ahmed too is saying to be a decent lineup. Only Eriksen, Bruno, and Rashford had the legs for 90 minutes. They don't. I would like to see.
That's what the bench is for, isn't it?
A lot of talk. Palestri starts. There is a lot of talk, Juddy, that Palestri will start.
In which case, if he does, Bruno will be in the middle and Palestri on the right and Rashford on the left. Just saying.
I don't know.
But I'm stick with that. Stick with what we've agreed.
Super chat.
Big up Alien Tenor for a super chat coming in straight from the uppercut. Alien Tenor, Peter, Phil, more like Krypton Factor. Krypton Factor. Here you go.
I was thinking Crystal Maze, Krypton Factor, Mastermind, any of them. But yeah, absolutely. Just trying to figure all the pieces into the right place. We used to slot it around. Showing me age now, Alien Tenor. But yeah, quick against the clock. Who's going to finish first?
Yeah. All right. People, now we're coming to the very interesting part. Ladies and gentlemen, we are playing the Theatre of Dreams. You guys are going there as match-going fans like 𝒖𝒊𝒄𝒌, and we have somebody in the background calling for you. Oh, yeah. You gotta
I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm sorry, mate. I need to emergency. 1 moment.
That's okay. I handle this. Phil has to go. Emergency. But, yeah, go ahead, mate. Listen, I'm here by myself now, and I'm talking to you people. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your score prediction. What do you think? I want to hear from you in the VR room. Do you think that the wheels will come off? That we will go on a winning streak right now? Because looking from last season, we had similar results. We went on an international break. We came back from that international break and went to win 12 in a row, especially unbeaten run at Old Trafford. Old Trafford has recently become our fortress. So the match-going fans over there, the United Faithfuls, plays a very important role, right? I want to hear from you because Nicky Nash is going with 3-1 Manchester United. But get in there, son. 3-1 Manchester United. That's what I believe too. That is my magical number. 3 is the magic number. Yes, it is. I always go with 3-1. And I believe that we're not going to hold a clean sheet for some reason. You have Ferguson. He's probably going to bag one. At the end of the day, if we do have a clean sheet, Nicky, that would be amazing, to be honest. But I believe it's not going to be a 1-0 game. It's going to be a high-scoring game. And Phil, you're back there. 3-1 says Nicky Nash.
Emergency over.
Yeah. William Connolly, Billy, get in there, son. Yeah, spiral out of control.
Spider-Man out the cupboard.
Yeah. Sorry?
Spider-Man out the cupboard and it had to disappear. I'm very sorry.
You came to the rescue. Oh, Spider!
What scores are we seeing?
3-1 United, says Billy Connolly. Milo Smith is saying 2-1. It's what we say. He's never going to end up 1-0 or 2-2 or a draw. I don't think so.
I need to see that time.
Oh, Lillis, get out of here. Are you saying that Brighton will beat us 1-4? Oh, nemoj. Šopraviš, brate. Nej. Aransi. Don't jinx it, Lillis. Footballing gods can hear us. Yeah. We see 2-0 Højlund double. Wow, that would be something, box. If Højlund comes in and scores a brace. 𝒖𝒊𝒄𝒌 is saying 3-1 Brighton. Is it?
I like what Captain Caveman said. Incy Wincy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bit of a 𝒖𝒊𝒄𝒌 in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, Bet gets one back, in my opinion. From RJ.
RJ 4-1 United. Bestie saying 4-1 United. Højlund gets 2. Bruno and Garnacho. Peter, you're saying still 3-1 Brighton after still yesterday. Believe me. Peter's going to go to the game anyway. Højlund brace, what people are saying. Angie saying 3-1 United to win. Juddy Sports, 3-1 United. Everyone's going with 3-1 United. Unbelievable. The spirit is high.
We've converted them to a 3-1ers.
The 3-1ers. We have 2-0 also, Caveman. But you know what, Caveman?
Is this confirmed? Sorry.
Ferguson is injured, yeah.
Is that confirmed?
I heard it on the grapevine yesterday.
Okay.
There you go. I wasn't delusional. It's all right to have a little bit delusion as a football fan, right? That's what we live for.
Okay. 7-0.
7-0. Get in there, 𝒖𝒊𝒄𝒌. Where are you? You remember 𝒖𝒊𝒄𝒌 always come with 9-0 predictions, right?
Yeah. Gambit.
2-0. What you are saying, Ahmed? Sorry, Mick, with all the drama around Manchester United moment, don't see us winning this. No, Ahmed, please, come on, be more positive. You should flip that around. 20-0. Yeah, I hear you, I feel you, but at the end of the day, 2-1 United. 2-0 is the most dangerous score in football, according to my opinion.
Yeah,
2-1 United, and we kick them from here. 2-1 is more likely, to be honest, right? A 2-1. 4-0 United.
I'm feeling goals. I feel
goals.
If I was the manager, and I'm obviously not, and there was all the adversity at the club, I'd be like, right, guys, let's put Man United back where they belong. Let's give them a new headline to read. Let's get rid of all this junk that we've been reading for the last few weeks we've put up with. Let's start with something fresh.
3-2. Mark is saying 3-2.
Do you think we will concede more than one goal with Amrabat and Casemiro?
No, one goal maximum, or even hold the line. Clean sheet. Clean sheet. And Isco also injured. What I'm hearing here.
Who's injured?
Inisco.
Oh, okay.
Inisco injured.
I like what Scotty's saying. You'll get the coffee in. You'll get the coffee in if he's right.
Yeah. And 𝑴𝒄𝒌 is going to pay £5.50 for a pastry at Old Trafford. Those pies, meat pies. £5.50 for a pastry. That's a rip-off, 100%. But at least they installed good Wi-Fi. Amrabat won't start, what Mark is saying. Why do you think so? If Ferguson and Inisco injured, we can win this, Ahmed. There you go.
Yeah, we've got the belief.
We got to believe. We got to believe. We got to be we're Man United. We got to believe. Come on, people, get in there. It is 2 days left for the game time, right? One more of the players on a match ban. Wow, Marky, is that true?
And Welbeck out too.
Welbeck out too. Woohoo! We're going to have a meal. Party time. Going to have a happy meal. Judge Sport. Mark, you're wrong. Amrabat's been playing in the pivot in training. Yep. He's been training. He's been fit for the 2 months waiting for his debut. Training by himself. Calling Erik ten Hag. Are you sure? I'm going to start against Brighton. Yes, I'm sure. Hang on. I'm just going to send Matt Hagers to get you.
So Mark's saying the reason he won't start is because Ten Hag doesn't do that. He'll bring one for the last 30, 40 minutes. So I think we did see, generally Ten Hag doesn't, but Anthony didn't. So it's not even
fantasy football. Yalimon say, I just removed Ferguson from my team. It does say there has a 75% chance that he plays. So fantasy football gives you the update of the injury players. So big up to you. All right. I'm sticking with my 3-1 Manchester United. Get in there, son. Inisco, Welbeck, Ferguson out. It's a joke. That means that we have a fair chance. Release the Moroccan pit bull. All right, so we believe. Okay, 𝒖𝒄𝒌 reverse your 0-3. Don't jinx it with the footballing gods. Anyway, we will see what happens. What was your score, Phil? You say 3-1 United is wrong.
3-0.
3-0.
We're at Old Trafford. If we start with a lineup that we've put out, 3-0.
Clean sheet.
Yeah, why not?
Woohoo!
Let's do it. No, then we'll be begging for 3-1.
We gotta believe. We're Manchester United. We're playing at Theatre Dreams. Come on, let's go, people. Let's gas it up. Be a little bit delusional. It's allowed to. Big up to all of you. Thank you for joining this stream today. It's been a mad week of football off the pitch, being a Manchester United fan. But, it's never easy to be. There's no day without some statement or some drama. But Højlund goal in the first 15 minutes. Write it down, says Juddy. Mate.
Yeah, we need to write new headlines. We need to get rid of all the rubbish that's going on in the club and just get some new headlines, real positive. Amrabat starting, Højlund starting, and Ten Hag's new squad fires Reds to win or something like that. You know what I mean? Something stupid like that. But let's just see.
Whatever you do, pray to the gods, sacrifice chickens if you do that, whatever. But you know what? Please, we need this win. It's going to be so important for the way we go forward, right? If we get this win, Phil, and the VR room, the mood is going to change completely. It's going to be buzzing, and then we're going to go in with confidence against Bayern Munich. What are we saying? The reason?
I say 3-1 is if Maguire comes on, all goals will be scored by Man United players.
You got it. You got to give it. Come on, man. All right, guys. I believe we can fly. I believe we can touch the sky. You know what I mean? Sorry for my singing voice. I won't be betting $20 on Højlund scores in the first half. Imagine dragons flying. You know what? I believe. But we're not going to put pressure on Højlund. Like, he's shown some bits, like, definitely. And Angie's saying she's convinced that Amrabat is stuck. On that positive note, I believe also. Right. And by the way, we will do the post-match reaction show after. We're going to have a call-in as well. So everyone, and I hope we not lose it, because it's going to be very difficult to sit there. But anyway, it's going to be a therapy session, and it's going to be a party session, after party, no matter what. Win, lose, draw, we're always there for you guys. Jarvis is not around. He's somewhere in Magaluf with some boys. Somebody's getting married. So he's in Magaluf, and he's got some time off. I don't know, what about you? What you up to on Saturday, Phil? Are you preoccupied with kids and church? And
so we've got a match Saturday mid-morning. Kids match, like. I'll be back in time for the game. I was trying to get some tickets for the game, but the price I was offered today was rather expensive, and they were not face value, so that won't be happening. So yeah, not quite sure what's happening in the afternoon yet. We shall see.
Peter, I don't want to see this on camera. Mick, if we lose, I'm going nude on the pitch, mate. I don't want to see. No, don't do the streaking. Yeah, Peter, get out of here. But you should say, if we win, you should go on the nude, because you predicted 1-3 to Brighton, mates. Honest to God, thank you for your contribution again. You've been a legend of this chat today. Scotty at the wheel, big up to you. Peter the streaker. Peter the streaker. Guys, you got mental. With Ten Hag conference, that's tomorrow, right?
Watch the ETH conference, watch Ten Hag conference, and when asked about the Amrabat, he'll smirk, but he's going to get pelters of questions. He really is. There's going to be a lot, and hopefully it won't be about Sancho. It'll be about the team, and I just want him to sit there and go, we're here to talk about the game, not what's going on. That's why United released a statement today. They release a statement, that's it, move on.
He's going to talk about Sancho. You're going to see the usual suspect, like, Yeah. January, we're going to go Ivan Toney. Do you want to make a bet? That was a bad joke.
I don't believe it is.
100%. What time is the presser tomorrow?
It's usually about 11, something like that.
Okay. I'll probably jump on afterwards if I'm around to do a little bit of a presser, like an update.
I'll just do a quick search, you can find it.
Yep. Big up to all of you. Anyway, how many likes do we have here? Are we up to 100 likes already? We don't. Journalists will ask him for Maguire and Sancho, but also Anthony Dos Santos about the allegations. They're more there to sort of get this snippet of the scoop of what's going on there, rather than the football. You know what I mean? No, we're not going to talk about. 1 p.m. UK time is going to be.
Thanks.
Right then. I will probably jump on to cover it, like, post-match, little bit session. Just, guys, just see you there tomorrow then. We play by ear. It's Friday tomorrow, TGIF. Angie, we're going to hold you.
No, we are not.
Alien Tenant, we're going to hold you to that. Yes, we are. He said it. If
you streak at Old Trafford, you'll never get back in.
Yeah, he's going to lose your season tickets, mate. Anyway, big up to all of you. Thank you for coming in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on the socials. Alien, you'll not be allowed to go to watch a game United for 5 years. You waited so long to get your season tickets back. So, maybe you should hold it back a bit. When we win, I'm going to be here for Brighton's tears. Yes, sir. Anyway, thank you for coming in. Thank you for tuning in. It's time to close the shop, people. Thank you, Phil. You did save your wife there by, what did you do with the spider? I hope you didn't kill it. I hope you released it nice and safe. Took a glass and a piece of paper and throw them out, right? Nope.
There's a little bit left on the bottom of my flip.
Oh God, yeah. My wife is always like, don't kill the spider. She always takes a glass, piece of paper, and chucks it on and quickly.
I didn't have time for a piece of paper. I was on a live podcast.
Oh, Just smash it. Anyway, drop a like. Plead the fifth was Johnny said. I plead the fifth. Did you really kill this?
Good shout. Good shout.
Good shout. Anyway, thank you. Positive vibes. This has been the preview FC with Phil Standish in the house. United Standish. Been 2 great shows, 2 days in a row. Thank you, Yale. We try to keep it real. We try to keep it positive. It's not been easy, but we got to stand up when the ship is sinking, at least. We're going to hold the fort up. Cheers for you, 𝒖𝒄𝒚. Cheers for every contribution. Cheers, Angie. Cheers for Alien Tenor for all your 4 amazing super chats, mate. You're a legend.
Thank you.
And Peter, I wish you a great game experience because I know you're going to the game. We tune in on Saturday. See you guys tomorrow after the presser. If I'm around, make sure you hit that notification button so you don't miss a stream. But thank you for being amazing community. It's been Mick Ruby here. As you know, this is, I don't know who this guy is, but
I'm on this side. Phil Standish. Missed you all. Great to be back. Love to see you all. Thanks for everyone for joining in the chat, and hit like and subscribe before you leave if you've not done so already.
And with that note, please have a good sleep and be positive. We're going to get that Zerbi. We're going to deserve it at the end of the day. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Cheers.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Mufc Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.